A Stanford professor ran a class called Persuasive Technology. The course taught engineers how to design software that changes human behavior. One of his students built Instagram. Another wrote the book called Hooked, the industry playbook for building habit-forming software. A third one became Google ethicist and later told Congress that these tools are degrading humanity. 3 students in one class. One built the addiction, one wrote the manual, and the last one tried to warn us. The class was at Stanford. The lab still exists, and the techniques they taught are in every app in your phone right now. Right now, 3.5 billion people carry a device in their pockets that was designed on purpose by trained engineers to be as difficult to put down as possible. Not because it is useful, because it is profitable. Today we're going inside the machines. I'm going to show you the specific psychological tricks, the actual engineering techniques that make your phone work like a slot machine. And I'm going to name the people who designed them, the companies that deployed them, and the research that proved that they knew exactly what they were doing. To understand the reason why your phone behaves the way it does, you need to meet one person. His name is B.J. Fox. He's a behavioral scientist at Stanford. And in 1998, he started something called the Persuasive Technology Lab. The Persuasive Technology Lab studied one question: how can computers change what people believe and do? Not in theory. In practice, Fox developed a model called the Fox Behavior Model that broke human behavior down to a formula. Behavior happens when 3 things align at the same time: motivation, ability, and a trigger. If you're motivated, the action is easy, and something prompts you to do it. You act every time. Fox students didn't just study this model. They went to Silicon Valley and built it into products. Instagram's pull to refresh, Snapchat streaks, Facebook notification badges, TikTok's autoplay. Every one of these features is a Fox behavior model in disguise, engineered to make the trigger irresistible, the action effortless, and the motivation constant. This wasn't an accident. It wasn't a side effect. This was the curriculum. Stanford taught a class on how to make technology persuasive. The graduates went to the biggest companies in the world and exactly did that. Your phone doesn't distract you by mistake, it distracts you by design. Alright, let's get specific, because I'm not going to tell you your phone is addictive. I'm going to show you the exact mechanism, the engineering techniques that make it work. And the first one is the most important. It's called variable reinforcement. Variable reinforcement is the psychological principle behind every slot machine ever built. Here is how it works. When a reward is predictable, you press the button, you get a cookie. Your brain gets bored. You adapt, the dopamine response fades. But when the reward is unpredictable, sometimes you get a cookie, sometimes nothing, sometimes 2 cookies. Your brain can't adapt. It stays hooked. The uncertainty itself becomes addictive. B.F. Skinner discovered this in the 1950s. He put pigeons in boxes with buttons. The pigeons that got random rewards pressed the button compulsively. The ones that got consistent rewards got bored and stopped. Now here is where it gets uncomfortable. Pull up your phone, open Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or any social media app. Put on to refresh. Did you notice what just happened? You put a lever, and you don't know what's going to appear. Maybe a like, a new follower, maybe nothing, maybe something that makes you angry, excited, or jealous. You just played a slot machine. That's not a metaphor, that's the actual mechanism. Asa Raskin invented Infinite Scroll, the feature that lets you keep scrolling forever without hitting a single button or a page break. No stopping queue, no natural endpoint. He later estimated that his invention wasted approximately 200,000 human lifetimes every single day. 200,000 lifetimes every day from one feature. He has publicly said that he regrets building it. Variable reinforcement and infinite scroll are just 2 techniques. Let me walk you through the full toolkit. Notification badges, the red circle with a number on your app icon. It's red on purpose. Red signals urgency in the human brain. It triggers the same anxiety response as a warning sign. You just can't ignore it. Snapchat streaks, a counter that tracks how many consecutive days you've messaged someone. Miss one day and the streak breaks. The fear of losing the streak is more motivating than the pleasure of continuing it. That's loss aversion. Another casino technique, autoplay. TikTok and YouTube don't ask if you want to watch the next video. They just play it. The default is consumption. Stopping requires a conscious decision. Continuing requires nothing. And all those techniques work better on some people than others. Specifically, they work better on teenagers because the adolescent brain hasn't fully developed impulse control. The prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that says, wait, maybe I should stop, isn't finished developing until your mid-20s. The companies know this. They've always known this. They've built a slot machine. They've put it in the pockets of 3.5 billion people. Then, they've lowered the limit age to 13. Now, here is the part that moves this from bad design to something worse, because it is one thing to build an addictive product without knowing the consequences. It's another one to see the data, know the harm, and keep going. In 2021, a Facebook whistleblower named Frances Haugen leaked thousands of pages of internal research documents. One of those documents contained a finding from Facebook's own researchers. 32% of teen girls said that when they felt bad about their bodies, Instagram made them feel worse. That's not my stats, that's theirs. Facebook's own researchers taught Facebook's own leadership that the product was harming teenage girls, specifically, measurably. And what did Facebook do with the information? They buried it. They told Congress their research was inconclusive. They launched Instagram Kids, a version specifically designed for kids under 13, before public pressure forced them to post it. The internal slides said the product was harmful. The external statement said everything was fine. They had the data, they chose the revenue. And Facebook isn't the only one. In 2023, internal documents from TikTok revealed that the company knew its product was addictive to minors and set minimum engagement targets that exceeded what their own researchers considered safe. These aren't conspiracy theories. These are internal research documents leaked by employees, entered into public record, and reported by major news organizations. The receipt exists, they just weren't meant for you to see them. Let me be clear about what I'm saying. I'm not saying that social media is evil. I'm not saying that you should throw your phone in the ocean. I'm saying that the people who designed this product use specific psychological techniques borrowed from the gambling industry, tested them on billions of people, including children, saw evidence of harm in their own data, and chose to continue because the business model requires it. That's not an opinion. That's a sequence of documented events. Now here is the question. If they know the app is harmful, why they just don't fix it? And the answer is business model. Because every single feature I've described, variable reinforcement, infinite scroll, autoplay, notification anxiety, serves one purpose, keeping you on the app longer. Because time on the app equals ads revenue. Meta made $160 billion in revenue last year. Of that, 97.3% came from advertising. Google made $305 billion, 77% from ads. Between Google, Meta, and Amazon, the ad revenue was $481 billion in a single year. You paid nothing to use these platforms, but you are the reason they're some of the most profitable companies in human history. So here is the equation. Every single minute you spend on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube generates ads revenue. The more minutes, the more revenue. The more addictive the product, the more minutes. The slot machine mechanic isn't a flaw. They're the revenue model. Fixing the addiction will mean fixing the profits, and no publicly traded company reduces its own profits. The addiction is the product. You didn't pay for the app, you didn't pay for the service, but you paid with something. Your time, your attention, your emotional state, your adolescent's child mental health. Just because you didn't see a price tag doesn't mean there wasn't one. Alright, so the machine was built to keep you inside it. Same answer as always. You play the game and you understand the game. Here is your playbook. Step 1. Turn off all notifications except calls and texts for 48 hours. Not forever, just 48 hours. See what happens. See how many times you pick up your phone out of habit. See how your anxiety level shifts when you don't see the red badges anymore. Most people who do this report feeling calmer within 24 hours. Some feel anxious first. That's the withdrawal. It's real, it's designed. Step 2. Check your screen time. right now. Both iPhones and Android have built-in screen time trackers. Look at your daily average. Look at your most used apps. Look at how many times you pick up your phone today. The average American spends 4 hours and 25 minutes on the phone daily. That's 67 days a year. You can't manage what you don't measure. Step 3. Recognize the tricks when you see them. The next time you feel the urge to check your phone for no reason, that's a trigger firing. The next time you pull to refresh, that's a slot machine lever. The next time you can't stop scrolling, that's infinite scroll removing your stopping cue. You can't unlearn the design, but you can see it, and seeing it gives you a choice that the design tried to take away. Step 4. Talk about this with young people in your life, not in a lecture, in a conversation. Show them the pull to refresh comparison. Tell them about BJ Fogg's class. Explain them what variable reinforcement is, because the design works best when you don't know it's there. And a 14-year-old who can name the tricks is harder to manipulate than one who can't. A Stanford professor taught a class on persuasive technology. His students went on and built the most addictive products in human history. Those products now live in 3.5 billion pockets, and they're designed to work like slot machines. Except, slot machines are regulated and age restricted. Your phone is not. Last week, we've covered the financial systems that were rigged before you were born. Credit, housing, education. This week, we're covering the systems that profit from your attention, because the game isn't just rigged with money, it's rigged with time. First 3 videos, the game is rigged. Credit scores, mortgages, student loans. This time, the game is not taking your money anymore. It's taking your attention. And attention is the only thing you can't earn back. That's the receipt. I'll see you in the next one.